Hello again. I want to think a little today about the idea of being British or English or Scottish, Welsh, etc. One person in six in this country was born abroad. Many of them will eventually apply for British citizenship and, after taking a test, will be given a British passport. Does this in any sense make them British? Does buying a house in Wales and living there actually make me Welsh? This sounds on the face of it a silly question. Of course, moving to Wales and living there will not actually make me Welsh in any sense at all. The idea is completely ridiculous. Does this mean that the idea of foreigners coming to Britain and living here and having British passports then, is that idea that they become British similarly absurd? What about their children? Would the child of a foreigner who is born in Britain be as British as somebody born of a family who has lived in the country for hundreds of years, or does this depend upon circumstance? Children born into foreign families living in this country do not automatically learn the same values and traditions as those who are raised in British families. This is so self-evidently true and obvious that I wonder why I have to explain it really, or give examples and go into detail about it. But the way that modern progressive people think and the ideology of anti-racism makes this necessary. Let's look at an extreme example of this, which is that of a man called Salman Ramadan Abadi, who was born in Manchester in 1995. He was born in England. He grew up in the country, attended school in Manchester and so on. Would it be fair to describe him as being as English as anybody else, despite his parents having been born in Libya? In 2011, when he was 16, having spent his entire life in England, he and his father went to Libya, where they both fought against the regime there in an Islamist group. After a few months, Abadi, the boy, Salman Abadi, returned to England. Then in 2014 he went back to Libya to take part in the civil war there and was wounded in the fighting. He returned to Britain, and then in 2017 he set off the bomb at the Manchester Arena which killed 22 people, some of them children. The question we ask is, was Salman Abadi English in any real sense? According to progressive people and anti-racists, he was of course as English as I am, and even to question this is a racist action. The common sense view, though, is that he was no more English than I will be Welsh if I live for a few years in Wales. Most people can see this, but we don't like to say it out loud. Even if I moved to Wales and had a child with another English person there, and the baby was born in Wales, this wouldn't make the child Welsh, for she would be growing up in an English home, even if that home were situated in Wales. In the same way, many children born in England actually grow up in Pakistani homes, Jamaican homes, Romanian homes, and so on. They refer to themselves, even when born in this country, as Pakistanis and Jamaicans, and so on. The question of nationality is more complex than just assuming that somebody born in this or that country automatically assumes the nationality of that country, or that the possession of a passport of a particular country means at once that that person actually belongs to that nationality.